welcome back and Happy New Year. Today I have filmed my foundation / skincare routine. My first video was really bad quality because I didn't have the right lighting equipment, so I thought I'd just update it because I have changed a few things as well. So I just wanted to keep you up to date with that. Hopefully I'll be squeezing in a video per week now. I want to get stuck into a routine where I'm doing like videos quite frequently, and keeping my YouTube channel up to date with different looks and different products that I've been trying and everything else in between. I hope you enjoy the video, and I shall see you next week. Bye. Okay, so first we're going to start with skincare. I have changed all my skincare over to LUSH, so all like my shower products and what I wash my face with is all LUSH now, because I wanted to start taking a bit more care with my skin. So the moisturiser I'm going to use is Imperials from LUSH. It's just a facial moisturiser, great for all skin types. I do have slightly drier skin. I look really scary. I'm really pale, by the way, as you can probably tell. Not many people see my skin this colour, because my neck is quite dark compared to my face, so I do wear a darker foundation so it matches. So I'm just going to put this moisturiser on all over first. Next I'm going to pop on a primer, and I'm still using the Nivea Post Shave Balm for like men, but it's really good as a primer. It's got a high, I think it's glycerin content, so it keeps makeup on really well. And the smell's not actually that bad, it does smell of men, but it doesn't last very long. And you are putting products on top, so it doesn't really matter. Next I'm going to put Illamasqua's Emerge Cream Pigment, which is like an orange colour, underneath my eyes, because they are fairly purpley, like a purpley brown, purpley blue colour underneath my eyes. So just going to pop that on first. Get it all over my eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to smudge that out with a concealer brush. Sometimes I do put it on after my foundation. I think it just depends whether I've done my eye makeup or not, and how dark your under eye is. So if your under eye is fairly dark, I'd probably do what I'm doing now. Put your foundation on, then if you do need it again, put the corrector on and then a concealer. Because I've gone for like a more pinky red eye, it does tend to make your under eye look quite dark. So I'm going to put it on first, see how we go with the foundation, and then if I need to put some more on, then I can later. For foundation, I'm going to use NARS Shea Glow and Illamasqua Skin Base, and I'm just going to mix them together. I have been mixing them together now for quite a while, just because NARS Shea Glow isn't as glowy as I'd like it to be, but Skin Base can be a bit too heavy sometimes, so I just like to mix them together. I'm using Skin Base 5.5 and NARS Shea Glow in Punjab, so it's slightly darker. And then I'm just going to mix them together and apply it with my fingers. As you can tell, it's starting to match my neck a little bit better. So I'm going to use the Complexion sponge from Real Techniques to just blend this all out. Just tapping it over the foundation. This sponge is damp, so you do need to wet it. It does swell up in size. I'll just show you one. That's one that's not wet, and that's one that is wet. So it is better to use it damp because it doesn't suck all your foundation in then, and it just blends it a lot better. Whereas if you're going to use like a dry, hard sponge, it's just going to suck all your foundation in, and it's not really going to blend very well. So just bear that in mind, that you do have to use it damp. Okay, next I'm going to do my concealer. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, just quite a soft contour, kind of my everyday routine. So I do use a dark shade and a lighter shade most days, just like going to work. So I'm actually going to use Chantilly, which is the lightest NARS concealer they do, and Caramel, which is medium dark 3, so you can get a lot darker than this depending on your skin tone. So I'm just going to apply this under my eyes. And then the darker shade. Like that. And then for the lighter areas, I'm going to blend out with my sponge, and then for the darker areas, I'm just going to use the Real Techniques buffing brush to kind of blend that in. So you do the lighter colour first. Now, although the concealer is quite light, because I'm using my beauty blender, which we put our foundation on with, it's not going on that white because the foundation's kind of mixing with it. If I was just to use this on its own, blending it with a brush or my finger, it would be extremely light. In that case, depending on what tools you're using, maybe just go a shade darker, which would be vanilla or custard, depending on your skin tone. But this isn't for everyone. I just like my under eye to be quite light, especially when I've got a dark eye makeup going on. Now, because we have got shadow underneath, I don't really want to press my sponge on top of it, so I'm just going to blend out with a brush. Okay, now with a buffing brush, I'm just going to pop a little bit of foundation on from before. So it's just adding a bit of colour to my skin. This is quite a quick contour look. People do it a lot heavier. You can apply more products, you can use cream products, you can do it with a lighter and darker foundation, you can use like a thicker cream. It just depends what look you're going for. I tend to do this every day just to add a bit of dimension to my skin before I put the powder on top. Sometimes I feel because my under eye is so light, the rest of my skin, it's not got a lot of colour to it, so I do tend to do this every day. Like for work, and like if I'm going out, and I just sit at home all day and wear makeup like this. So it is like a number 3 shape. It's the easiest way if you're fairly new to doing this to do it. So forehead, cheekbone, jawline, number 3. If you forget where you're putting things or where to put your products, number 3 for your dark shade. Lighter shades, it's kind of just, as long as you're doing under your eyes, that's absolutely fine. I do like to run a bit down my nose and a bit on my forehead here, just to lighten those areas. You don't have to, as long as the under eyes are lighter, it's absolutely fine. I did drop my camera then, but we're back. So if you missed that, it was NARS pressed powder in Flesh from NARS. I've just said on a powder puff, and you literally just pop it on like that, quite heavy, and then whoop, press it to the under eye. This will stop creasing, it'll stop your mascara smudging underneath your eyes, it will stop if you've done a really black smoky eye or glitter or anything like that, it'll stop it falling and smudging underneath your eye. It's the best way. I could not think of any other way. I've tried so many different ways to set my concealer under my eye, and I've never ever been as happy as I am now with the way I do it. I used to use a loose powder, now I use a press just because it's a bit more compacted, and it doesn't, sometimes because it is a loose formula, when you're pressing your powder puff into it, even though you're pressing it on, it kind of goes on in like specks rather than like a smooth layer of powder, because obviously the loose powder is quite loose and speckly. Can't explain it very well. So as you can see, the powder's kind of still set under my eye. It's not really blended in very well. So you just get a fluffy brush and just blend that top layer off. Like that. And then now I'm going to use a bronzer to go over where we used the darker concealer before, just to add a bit more dimension. And I'm going to mix two colours together. I'm going to use MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in dark and Mineralize Skin Finish in Gold Deposit, which is gorgeous. Which is a bit sparkly. I like it to be like that. If you prefer something more matte, I'd just go with one of these. Or I'd use something like Laguna from NARS or Casino, which is darker. Which I'll just show you those colours. And these two. So depending on your skin tone and what kind of finish you're after, I do alternate between the two, whether I use these two or I use Laguna or Casino. So starting at the top, it's always kind of diagonal from the top of your ear where you need to place it. Always start up here in circular motions rather than starting here and sweeping up, because you're going to apply too much product to your cheek and it's not really going to look very good. So starting here. Now the brush I'm using is angled, as you can see. It's quite stubby. This was one from a Coastal Scent palette, which is an American brand. In the big brush belt, they do like a massive, I think it's like 24 or 32 brushes in a set. That I got ages ago, and I mean like 2-3 years ago. Natural hair, absolutely love this brush. There's nothing really that I've found that is the same. I got this one from Crown Brush, which is the C104 angled brush, which is similar, but it's not as fluffy, and I like it to kind of fit in my cheekbone. But I think it depends on you, and when you're comfortable with a brush for your face, I'd say just stick with it. There's all these brushes coming out now and everyone's like, oh, try this one and try that one, but I think I've got loads of new brushes and I don't really like any of the other ones. And where was we up to? Again, number 3 shape. So I've done my cheeks first because that's where most of the colour goes. Forehead. You can kind of just join in that bit up with your cheek. Bit under your jaw. So compared to this side, focus my camera. Bit more dimension on that side. So this is a good way for anyone who's made that mistake that has bought a darker foundation because they wanted to look more tanned. You don't need a darker foundation. You only need a darker foundation in summer when you have a tan. Or you wear fake tan a lot and you have a dark foundation. Girls would probably more than likely need 2 shades. One for summer, one for winter. In winter, you still want to look nice and tanned. You need to go for a bronzer rather than a darker shade foundation because it's not going to match your neck. Whereas my neck matches my skin, but I've warmed it up so I don't look pale and ghost-like because I've warmed it up with a bronzer in that number 3 shape. There's so many people that make the mistake of, oh, I want to go a little bit warmer, but it's not going to work because your neck is going to look pale, your skin is going to look too dark. It's just not a good look. I know people are like, oh, I'm really pale and I don't really want to be that white. Just warm it up with a bronzer. Otherwise, it's going to be a different colour to your neck and it's not a good look. It's the most easiest way of doing it. Everyone will have 2 shades of foundation no matter what your skin tone is. One for winter, one for summer, because you do darken in the summer. Especially when you're going on holiday, you won't be able to use this colour foundation that you wear all year round. What you wear in winter, because it will be paler. So you do need to go a bit warmer in summer, but you also need to warm it up in winter with a bronzer. And I'm waffling on now, so you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, on to my favourite part, which is highlighting with a powder. So there's 2 different types of highlighting. You can highlight with a concealer, which is what we've done under the eyes, which a lot of people get confused about. People buy shimmery powders and use it under their eyes. I have no idea why people do that, but you don't do that. You apply it here in a C shape to enhance your cheekbone. You don't apply it underneath your eye here, like a shimmery powder like this. I don't know why people are doing this, but you don't put it under here. You will need a lighter concealer to achieve a highlight look. People say, oh, I want to like highlight, and it's like, is it for under eye? Is it for cheek? Is it to add sparkle? Is it to add radiance? Is it to, as I mentioned, to your skin? So I do both. I use a lighter concealer under my eyes and I use a sparkly highlight on my cheekbones, which I'm just going to do now. Which I'm going to use this chubby, I don't kind of know what shape that is. It's rounded slightly, I don't know. I always do bronzer, highlighter, then blusher to blend it all together. Sometimes when you put your blusher on and then you put your highlighter on, your highlighter sits on that top layer, whereas I like to blend it with my blusher later on. So I'm going to use MAC's Soft and Gentle first. Like that. Bit on the nose. I only apply it to the top, I don't know why. Just do. Cupid's bow. And then the other side. Above the brow bone. And then because I like to look super sparkly, I'm going to apply the Inglot Sparkle Dust, which I'll just show you the label on the bottom because I don't know whether you can get it anymore. Sparkling Dust, Face, Eyes and Body, and it is the sparkliest powder ever. It's like a glitter pigment kind of texture. You can see that, and it just goes on like I imagine a star would look like. It is so shiny because it is a loose consistency. It doesn't really go on like that straight away. That's why I like to use Soft and Gentle as a base. So you could be able to probably see this change to a bit more of a highlight now. I want to try some more highlighters. If anyone can recommend a nice highlighter. Oh my god, I've got it all over me. Let me know, because I'd like to buy some more highlighters, because I've not really got a lot of them. To be fair, I probably have, but I just don't use half of them. But it's good to try something new sometimes. There's a couple from like drugstore brands I want to try, like that Makeup Revolution from Superdrug. Look like they do really nice ones, so I might do a video on that. I might do like a drugstore top 10 favourites maybe. I don't know, I might do. We'll see, we'll see. Now I'm going to use the Baby Dome brush from Royal & Langanickle Silk Pro, which is like a circle. It's the best blush for a blusher anyway, definitely. I'm going to use Lovejoy, which is my all-time favourite, which is this one, which is like a, it's like a brownie red with a gold shimmer. Not a lot of people like it, but I do. That is it. That is my skin. I'm gonna whack a lipstick on and I'll be back. See you soon. Okay, all finished. I hope you've enjoyed the video and learned some tips on how I do my skin. I'm also gonna film like a makeup organisation kind of slash kit today as well. Show you where everything is and kept in my gorgeous dressing table. So have a look at my other videos if you want to see that. That should be up today as well. I will hopefully see you next week, probably on Wednesday again. Don't know what film, don't know what look to do, have no idea. So if you've got any ideas, let me know and I will give something new a try. I fancy doing something different, maybe a bit more colour, or I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do and I will film it. Have a lovely day and I shall see you next week. Bye.